Acquiring education can never be a disadvantage, either today or in the future. And like I said earlier, even for those who innovate, for those who experience career growth, by and large, embrace technical know-how, which is as a result of acquiring education. Secondly, I call upon young professionals in the diaspora to work doubly hard. Many of you are naturalized citizens of the countries where you are domiciled. However, given the color of your skin, you are likely to be asked at some point in time where you come from. Those are the dynamics which we experience throughout the world. That simply means that the natives of the countries where you are may not have as much to prove as you do. We can talk about racism. We can talk about access to opportunity. But it's a reality of life. If you stay in a country where the color, your skin color differs from the skin color of the majority of the people in that country, you're always going to be asked where you're coming from. So the Baganda young professionals and the Ugandan young professionals should excel wherever they are in the diaspora. I urge you to be so good at what you do that when you are away on leave, your absence isn't only noticed, but hurts as well. If your absence hurts those you work with or you work for, then at that stage, you should know you've made a mark. That's when your true worth is appreciated, respected, and most likely rewarded. Many of you who were born outside the Kingdom of Buganda may not know much about our heritage. I think it's very important that you learn about our history, you learn about our culture. The Kingdom of Buganda was established around the 13th century. At least the dynasty, the ruling dynasty today, was established around the 13th century. Many people tell you that there were other dynasties before the current one, which is headed by Kabaka Mutebi II. But the dynasty established by Kabaka Chintu started around the 13th century. And the kingdom is conceptualized as a cooking pot sitting on 3 cooking stones. In the true Chiganda sense, in the true African sense, a cooking pot is placed on 3 cooking stones. One stone is comprised by members of the royal family and its descendants. It's from these that Buganda identifies a prince who is enthroned as Kabaka, who then becomes the political, administrative, and cultural head of Buganda. The second cooking stone is comprised by the clan heads. We call them Abataka in Uganda. In Buganda, everyone, even you Baganda in the diaspora, belongs to a clan which has a head. We follow a patriarchal system because we follow our father's clans. So each one of you has a clan. The clan heads are the custodians of the cultural mores and traditional norms of the Baganda. The third cooking stone is comprised by the entire population of the Baganda, all the members of the clans who are not clan heads and who do not belong to the royals. All of us. I told you, Buganda is conceptualized as a cooking pot sitting on 3 cooking stones. The first one is the one of the royals from which Kabaka is enthroned. The second is of the clan heads, and the third is comprised by all of us who belong to different clans, all of on behalf of the Kabaka. So the Kabaka is the head of the Kingdom of Buganda. The Katikkiro is the head of administration. He's assisted by ministers, 2 of them are here, and other officials. We've got officials here. He's assisted by county chiefs and a hierarchy of chiefs going all the way to the smallest village, from the county, the sub-county, to the parish, to the village. This wasn't brought to us by the colonialists. This was started by our forefathers. It is our own authentic innovation. The affairs of the kingdom are superintended by the Luchiko, or the Grand Council of the kingdom. And we didn't start having the Luchiko or the Grand Council must take almost 900 years, maybe 1,000 years ago. The clan heads, on the other hand, are mandated to ensure that all norms be an effective custodian of your heritage. So I always urge the central government to prioritize the teaching of local languages, Luganda in our case. And once we have learned our local languages, then it will be easy to learn other languages like Swahili. For this reason, the kingdom has initiated a virtual Luganda Academy. The Kabaka's minister in charge of culture, also responsible for the Luganda language, is working with experts on the relevant curriculum for this academy. I think he will introduce it sometime next year. I therefore urge all of you to embrace the virtual Luganda Academy when it is launched, so that you can learn Luganda. Luganda is a very easy language to learn and to speak, because largely the words are spoken the way they are written. So it is not as difficult as English, for example, where you find so many words with silent letters. You always ask yourself why there are silent letters. Why do they use them when they don't pronounce them? Luganda is not like that. While you are British citizens, or Americans, or Swedish, you are at a big advantage when you are knowledgeable about your roots. And I don't think here I need to overemphasize how being conversant with his roots has impacted British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and many members of his cabinet, or how being conversant with his roots impacted Barack Obama and many others with sterling careers in the UK and in Europe are conversant with their roots. They were not, they are not natives of those countries. Many entrepreneurs in the UK, for example, like Rajesh Agrawal, Alicia Navarro, Raz Friedman, Kike Oniwide, Dr. Tunde Okewale, and many others are very keen on their roots. And they've made tremendous strides in the careers that they are pursuing or they're interested in. With those remarks, allow me now to address the entire body of the youth of Buganda in the diaspora and at home, and I'll switch to Luganda. Nina ensonga nnya nze ngenda okwogerako oluvannyuma nziremu n'ebibu ku bibuuzo bye mwabuuziza n'ebirowoozo byammwe. Ensonga esooka kunyweza obumu mu bavubuka. Mbasaba mufube nnyo okulaba nga buli kye mukola mweyongera okumanyagana. Muganda agamba nti obumanyi bukira obuzira. Mwongere okwessaamu ekitiibwa, okuwuliziganya yonna gye muli, kubanga obumu ge maanyi gammwe, era mujja kubeera mpagi nnene nnyo mu mirimu gy'Obwakabaka nga muli bumu. Ssaabasajja Kabaka bwe yali ayogerako eri Obuganda nga tukuza olunaku olwa bulungibwansi era ameefuga ga Buganda nga 8 Oktoba, yagamba nti musanyufu okulaba nti ensonga nnyingi ng'eza bulungibwansi n'endala abavubuka bazeenyigiramu, naye n'abakuutira okwogera ku nsonga ezo n'eddoboozi limu ate nga lyamu.